Hello YouTube world. My name is Mimi Faraj and I live in Canada and I'm Lebanese. And no, just to clarify, I'm not a lesbian, it's Lebanese. Lebanese. I am Lebanese from both mom and dad's side of the family and I'm embracing it. Like everybody else in the world, we all have struggles, especially cultural wise. So this is going to be the first of many videos I'm going to call Growing Up Lebanese. So this video, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about Lebanon. What is Lebanon? Where is Lebanon? Couple fun facts about Lebanon for people that don't know. So first things first, you guys are probably wondering, where is Lebanon located? Well, as the map describes in this lovely photo that I printed, it is right here. So on the right, it shows where it is located individually by itself, and then on the left, it shows where it's located on the world map. So yeah, it is a small country for sure, but it's a small country with a lot of history, that's for sure. So Lebanon, it's honestly one of the most beautiful countries I've ever had the privilege to travel to. I go every summer, and it's not only just about going on vacation, it's honestly a way for me to kind of connect with the culture a little bit more than I already do, and to actually know more about my family history, you know? And for me, it's just such an awesome opportunity. So I have some fun facts for you guys about Lebanon that, you know, a lot of people don't know about. You know, some people may think, oh, Lebanon, it's in the Middle East and it's all about, you know, terrorists and, you know, bad people. Ooh, do they ride camels and, you know, that type of stuff. First things first, there are camels, but it's for attraction. When you go on tour sites, mostly up north, in the northern regions, there are camels that you can actually ride on. You obviously have to pay for them, but they're a lot of fun. So yes, there are camels, but we don't ride them to work every day. We have Mercedes, we have BMWs, we have Range Rovers, we have all this fancy schmancy cars that everybody would even think about. So just to clarify that for you guys. So let's start off with these really awesome facts, you know, so it'll give you guys a little more of an opportunity to be like, hey, you know, this is more than I thought it actually was. So let's start. Number one, Lebanon actually has 18 religious communities, which is actually pretty true. So I'm Druze. Druze in a way, Druze is like another way of Muslims, but I'm not technically Muslim. Obviously there's Muslims, there's Christians. You'd be very surprised there are Christians. There are Sunnis, they're kind of like Muslims. So a whole range of them, which is pretty cool. A little bit more about the Druze religion. The Druze religion, it's kind of a more modern take on Muslim. So when it's Ramadan, I don't fast. That's all Muslims. The Muslims, they fast. So, I mean, do you really think that I look like I can fast during Ramadan? I grew up in the restaurant industry my entire life. So, I mean, if I'm anywhere near food, I just indulge. But yeah, that's the first fact. Fact number two, Lebanon actually has 40 daily newspapers, you know, published all over the country. I'm telling you, it's a small country, but it's got a lot of history and it's got a lot of, you know, interesting facts about them, which is really cool. A lot of people who think, you know, Lebanon, there's not a lot of opportunities, there's no education, you know, it's Lebanon, it's in the Middle East, it's all bad. Which takes me to my next fact. It actually has almost 50 universities. Shocker for some of you guys. Yeah, it's got almost 50 universities, and I mean, hey, kids want education, go nuts. There's American University in Beirut, there's tons of other universities. I mean, there are Lebanese that are doctors, Lebanese that are, you know, fashion designers, you know, they're kind of like how there's universities in North America, you know, for medical school, law school, design school, even journalism school, they have that in Lebanon. So telling you guys right now, I'm clarifying it with you, and yeah, interesting fact. Fact number 4, it has over 100 banks, and awesome. I mean, obviously everybody works. I mean, in Lebanon everyone works, and you know, where are you going to put your money? You can't really stash them in your house nowadays. So, I mean, hey, why not put them in a bank, save money, and be like, hey, I got money saved for me. So, I mean, it's awesome. I think it's very interesting. I mean, in a way, if it wasn't for this unfortunate situation going on in Lebanon, in the Middle East right now, I think Lebanon, it's got so much potential more than it already does. So fact number 5, and it's actually a very interesting fact for some of you guys, 70% of the students, you know, are in private schools. Never really knew that. You know, there's a lot of private schools. I mean, a lot of families are able to afford to put their children in private school because, I mean, to them, they think it's it's a more better opportunity for them and for their children for their future. So that's an interesting fact. Fact number 6, and this is actually kind of going back to our religion section. 40% of Lebanese people are Christians, which is the highest percent of all Arab countries. So it's not just Lebanon, it's all other Arab countries, so like Dubai, Qatar, you know, there are a lot of Christians. And again, 40% of Lebanese are Christians, which is really, really a really fun fact, which I feel like. I mean, again, it's very diverse when it comes to their religion. The next fact, there's 1 doctor per 10 people in Lebanon. So, I mean, interesting fact as well. Now, number 8 is very interesting. I honestly had no idea about this. I didn't really know about it. It was actually my dad. He brought it up. But in my mind, I'm just like, what does my dad know? Like, you know, being a teenager, you kind of don't really want to listen to what your parents want to say, you know? So yeah, number 8, the name Lebanon appears 75 times in the Old Testament. So again, I was just as shocked when my dad told me, and then looking at this again, I'm just like, okay, he wasn't BSing me. He was not BSing me, and Dad, I'm sorry, I never listened to you, and I promise to listen to you again. Next fact, again, this goes back, you know, the name cedar, which is the Lebanese national tree, Lebanon's national tree, sorry. Oh, by the way, this is the Lebanese flag right there. So in the middle, it's the cedar tree. So the colors, because it had to be printed in black and white, the top stripes, so the top and bottom stripes are red. The cedar tree is green, and in this section right here, obviously, it's white. So just so you guys know, you know, that's the national flag. So back to the cedar, it appears also 75 times in the Old Testament. So, again, a very interesting fact. So, number 10, it actually is it does intrigue me in a way. I love history. So I'm a big history buff, and if you don't see me on my computer on like Twitter and Instagram and that type of stuff, like all on my social media, I'm pretty much looking up at history. Beirut was destroyed and rebuilt 7 times, which is why it's compared to the Phoenix. So in case you guys are wondering what the Phoenix is, go look it up, because I'm going to look it up because I have no idea what the Phoenix is. Oh gosh. So number 11 is actually very interesting because Lebanon is such a small country. People probably think, you know, there's not a lot of people there. Not a lot of people live there. Actually, there's 4.5 million people living in Lebanon right now. Lebanese, to be exact. Number 12, which is really awesome, and it's very near and dear to my heart because, I mean, it is true. There are around 18 million Lebanese living outside of Lebanon. Ergo, I'm one of the 18 million people, my family and like their family and that type of thing. So that's a really cool fact. Number 13, this is something new to me, so I mean, in case you guys want to know, like, hey, look it up while you can. Sky Bar, which is a popular nightclub in Beirut, I've actually never had the chance to go there because, I mean, before I wasn't 18, or, you know, it does depend, the drinking age in Lebanon, it does depend on where you go. There are some bars that, you know, you can be 18, and then it's more like the nightclubs. The nightclubs are more like, okay, you have to be 21 to enter and whatever, so which is really understandable. The Sky Bar, it was voted #1 nightclub in the world. So, I mean, Lebanon is known for a lot of things. It's known for its history, and it's known for its crazy nightlife, which is really cool. So if you guys want to have a chance, go to YouTube right now and actually Google CNN Lebanese nightlife, and you guys will see what I'm talking about, which is really, really cool. Number 14, for a lot of people who love shopping, such as myself, you know, Beirut is the 10th most popular shopping destination in the world. I mean, they have souks, they have a bazaar, which is really, really awesome. You know, I get the chance to go, whenever I'm in Lebanon, I beg my mom, like, Mom, I have to go to the souk, I have to go to the bazaar. Mom, I want to go. Like, I love the shopping there. But for me, personally, you know, for some people, you know, it's hard. I mean, for me, I live in Canada, born and raised my entire life, and so, sorry, I got a tickle in my throat. But, you know, sometimes it does depend on the quality. I mean, I'm very picky with my clothes. It's all about quality. And, you know, it's all about, you know, if you're gonna achieve and succeed and shop till you drop, as I like to say. A couple of interesting facts as well. Lebanon, the country, was occupied by over 16 other countries. So if you guys are wondering, the Egyptians, the Persians, Alexander the Great army, you know, yeah, the Arabian Peninsula, the Crusaders, the Ottoman Empire, Britain, France, Israel, and Syria, sorry. It was occupied by over 16 countries. That's Lebanon for you. Byblos, which is the city of Lebanon, it's one of the oldest continuously living cities in the world. And Byblos, it's very historic. A lot of its history is in Byblos. If you actually go, you Google Byblos, you know, the history there, it's just absolutely amazing, you know. So that's just me. When I said Lebanon doesn't have a desert, it's actually the truth. Lebanon is the only Arab country to not have a desert. So yeah, how do you like me now, you guys? And then here's the last fun fact, and this is actually a very surprising fact. There are over 15 rivers in Lebanon, all of them coming from its own mountains, which is actually really, really cool. So that's what Lebanon is all about for you guys. A lot of fun facts about the country. Again, it's unfortunate because of the current situation that it's under so much scrutiny because, oh, you know, Syrians are all over Lebanon, you know, they're ruining tourist attractions, they're ruining, you know, living and stuff like that. Okay, I'll admit that's the truth, but I mean, Syrians are just like you and me. They're humans, and unfortunately they're in a predicament in which they can't go back to their homes. Otherwise, if they do, they will be killed. So, I mean, we gotta do what we gotta do. I mean, we're all humans, and we all live in the same globe, you know? I feel like, why don't we just give them a chance, you know? I mean, again, they want to try to live a better life for their family, and they probably all have children, and they want their children to have a better life. So that's just me. Well, thanks again, you guys, for giving my video a chance. And if you guys want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the red button, and I will keep you guys up to date with more fun facts about Lebanon. And that is it for Growing Up Lebanese. See you next week, guys.